What's going on? Tyler Royke here with my good friend and business partner Brock Brimmer,
hey
and we're doing a long overdue car video, and I've actually got both my car and Brock's car here in this video. So we're gonna talk cars. We're gonna talk about, I mean, shoot, some of y'all follow me for the Corvette, maybe a couple of y'all follow me for Porsches somehow, but like we're actually gonna talk both to keep y'all happy. I know some of y'all surprisingly were disappointed, I think, when I went full send Porsche, but good news, we got a Corvette in the video today. So coming to y'all with what y'all want to see at the very least. So we're actually gonna talk about our current cars, kind of show you, because we got two really incredible cars here parked together. Finally, we're able to link up after a few months that we've owned these cars and haven't got them in the same place.
Right.
We're also gonna talk about what's in store in the Dream Garage, because my buddy Brock here, ever since he got the Corvette, he's been talking about how he wants to build a car collection, and I have the same sort of sentiment. So I'm really curious to learn more about what exactly Brock's got in store. So Brock, let's start with your beast here. Tell us, what are we looking at, man? What, like, I'm sure a lot of people already know if I show them the car, but you give us the grand tour, man.
Yeah, man. So this thing here, like, as you know, you had a Corvette at one point, you had a Corvette Z06, so I had to take it to the newer model, so I ended up getting myself a C7 Corvette here, Z06, and I got it in my favorite color. I got it in white with the red interior. That was kind of the dream since I saw this car. When they first came out with this model, I remember seeing one for sale on a used car lot, and I was not searching for a Corvette at the time because I was not in a financial position to be able to buy one, but I went ahead and I sat in one that was almost identical to this. It was, you know, white exterior with the red leather interior, 7-speed manual, and I was like, man, one day I will have one of these. And so it's been kind of on my vision board to have one for a while, and so I finally made it happen earlier this year, and I couldn't be more excited to have one. So I mean, when I bought it, when I was set out to get a Corvette, I told myself I just wanted a white one with a red leather interior and a 7-speed manual Z06. That's all I wanted, and this is and this one here is more than I actually bargained for and wanted on a Corvette, right? Just because of the trim level and the options that is on this car. It's more than I really wanted, but I couldn't be happier with this car. It's truly amazing machine here, and I just love whenever I get in that driver's seat of this car.
Can we take a look at it?
Absolutely, yeah. Let's open it up. What do you want to look at first?
We gotta see the interior. Is that bright red?
It is. It's red and black leather interior. It's a beautiful, in my opinion, leather. I know sometimes red isn't everyone's color, but it's a beautiful, beautiful car.
Look at that, 7-speed manual with the 3LZ. Is that correct?
That is correct. 3LZ on the trim level there. So it's the top of the line thing. And not only is it a Z06, but it's a Z07 package as well. So it's got even more upgrades than just a standard Z06. Because of that Z07 package, it's just truly an incredible car.
So that's where you've got the, I see you have the carbon fiber down below here.
Yep, carbon fiber on the roof here as well. So it's real carbon fiber all around. I believe they upgrade the suspension as well on the Z07 compared to the Z06. So I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty certain that the Z07 has an upgraded suspension on it.
How are you liking it? Like, what's it like? I mean, I think, spoiler alert, I got to drive it a little bit, but I really felt like I babied it, though. I didn't really get to like push and see what it could really do, but I could get a sense. It felt like, it reminded me a lot of the C6 Z06, but I just felt it had a whole new, whole new level of power and potential I could sense within it.
Yeah, so I mean, I haven't really been able to unlock its full potential either. The tires on it don't have enough like grip for the power that this engine has. I mean, from the factory, it's 650 horsepower as well as 650 torque. So that's insane numbers on its own coming from a factory. The previous owner, did a little bit of modifications to it. Not anything major. Cold air intake, which I know doesn't add a whole lot of power, but it makes a little bit of a difference, right? A very small difference. And they also upgraded the headers to, I think, some Texas speed headers. So that's all that's been done to the car, but they took it to the dyno and they had 608 horsepower to the wheels. So,
oh, wow.
So it's pretty incredible. I mean, I haven't been able to use all of it, like I said, because the tires aren't sticky enough. I mean, switching through the gears and accelerating, I've been able to spin the tires in first, second, third, and fourth gears. So
sounds like a Z06.
Yeah, so I know there's a lot of power there that I haven't even been able to use in, because like once you start sliding a little ways, you gotta gain control of the car and make sure you don't involve get into an accident.
Well, that's sweet. And then I mean, we want to switch cameras here. I mean, I think maybe they've seen it, maybe they haven't, but got the 911 turbo out today. We got matching red interiors, so Brock definitely did his spec the right way. that's the dangerous thing. Shoot, Brock, I mean, I don't know whether to say you're welcome or I'm sorry. I don't know which is appropriate, because I saw Brock's car come up for sale. A friend of mine who sells Corvettes had it, and I saw it the day he posted it, and I told Brock, so to be fair, I told you, Brock, don't look. I told him don't look, and then I sent him the link, and he freaking looked, and before I knew it, he was driving off in that thing. So
well, you knew exactly what I wanted, and that's what it was, so I had to go buy it. But yeah, let's check out what do you have on the interior of this car here.
We got the red, you know, so it was ordered new like that from the original owner, but you know, I love the spec. The spec sold me on this car. I'm a big fan of specs, and especially when it's a great deal, which that was the case with this car. So not only a great spec and very high option 911 turbo, I mean, it's got 2 of the 4 Turbo S options actually. You know, so it actually has the Turbo S wheels, upgraded wheels. Those are the I think the high spec wheel you could have gone on this car. And then it's got the Sport Chrono package, which means that it gives you access to additional boost when you're full throttle, and it goes along with the Chrono, the clock that's in the center. It's a, you know, classic Porsche thing. But yeah, this car, this is what I actually exchanged my C6 Z06 for. So people would wonder, do I miss the C6 Z06? And if I'm being honest, I don't. That being said, I am very eager to get another Corvette in I would like one of these actually, not, you know, I mean, at some point I'm gonna have a twin to Brock, except I really would like a black exterior, not a white exterior, but you know, I wouldn't mind if it's literally the same exact spec, because Brock picked a nice spec.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I love that thing, man. It's great. I love the white on black with the red, and it's just all like seamless, you know, for my car. So it's awesome. But
yeah, I mean, this car's a beast, though. I mean, if you look at the numbers, you may or may not feel that way. I don't know. I mean, it's got 520 horsepower, all-wheel drive, flat 6, twin turbo. So again, a lot of power, but like it's kind of interesting because it feels like a car that has more power than that. So what I'm saying is it delivers it phenomenally. It doesn't spin the wheels, it just hooks and goes. And the performance figures reflect that. 0 to 60, 2.8 seconds, according to, you know, the magazine test when these were new. Turbo S is even a little faster. But you know, this car it's a real performer, and it just freaking goes. But the best part about it is it's smooth. It's, you know, like, you don't really feel the bumps. You know, but it does feel like a sports car. It doesn't feel like a high-end luxury car per se, but you kind of get the best of both worlds with how Porsche delivers it. So you get the performance, but you also get something that you're very comfortable driving every day, and it's got, you know, very enjoyable ride experience. I mean, if you don't want to go fast, you don't got to go fast, but if you're ready to go fast, the car's ready to freaking go, and you'll have no problem zipping around anyone wherever you're going. So it's pretty sweet. But I want to do this, Brock. I want to talk about the future garage, the dream garage. I think we're both on a trajectory where we're going to progress and add to the fleet here in due time. So what's on your horizon, man? Tell me more about this garage you want to build out. I think I saw you post even the other day. It's like, well, you know, hey, I can't remember what it said, but it resulted in more and more garage space. So tell me about what this what this garage consists of, man, in the future that you're going to build up.
So fun fact, I actually got to drive your Porsche here, and it's the first Porsche I've ever driven, and so that kind of got me hooked onto wanting one of these. So I do want a 911 turbo, not to, you know, copy all of the cars that you have, but you just have.
It's okay. I mean, I don't mind. Yeah.
you know cars. So like a Porsche 911, even a Porsche Cayenne as more of like a daily, like a, you know, Cayenne turbo.
Those are sweet daily drivers.
Would be a fun car to add as like a next more realistic, you know, ability to, you know, afford and get next. Those are on the radar. Ultimately, though, I would love to have like an entire fleet of cars that have like a white exterior with a red leather interior as much as possible, just to keep like a continuous like color scheme going. But the next car after the, you know, the Porsches, of course, would be to dream a little bit bigger. You know, Lamborghinis have always been my favorite exotic car, so a Huracan's been on the list for quite a while, and I would love to have a Huracan. I know Lamborghini too just announced the replacement for it. I believe the Temerario. I may be butchering.
Temerario.
Yeah, that one.
There you go.
So that one's now on the list as well, because it's a beautiful car, and it's, you know, the Huracan replacement there. So those two are for sure on the list. eventually at some point I would like to get a Viper as well. Those new Vipers are sick.
Yeah, so you're gonna have a fleet of all the different variety there.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, Ferraris are nice. I like Ferraris, but they're not to me as exhilarating or as attractive as like a Lamborghini. So Lamborghinis are higher on the list.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. Well, dude, I look forward to seeing you build the fleet up, and I'm glad there's some aspects that are inspiring your taste. So I guess I'm having a positive influence. Hopefully,
absolutely, yeah.
Hopefully, it doesn't become too much of a financial constraint, but at least it's fun. There's worse things in the world that you could pour a lot of money into, right?
Yep.
So
absolutely.
But yeah, any questions for me or whatever? You know,
yeah. So like I know you just shared with us that you wanted to get a twin to my car, a Z06 C7, but what else do you kind of have on your horizon?
Yeah, I've always got a list of cars that that I want. I guess I'll break it down into two parts, like what's on the near horizon. I've always wanted an F10 M5, so like 2014 ish. I've always wanted one. I don't know that I need another such a daily car. I mean, it's kind of a car you can daily. It's a fun car too, but right. I don't really know that there's really a place for it in my. There isn't in my garage. I need a bigger garage.
Same thing. That's gonna be the problem.
But that's something I've always wanted. I just feel like for the value, that's just such a phenomenal car all around, especially with where they're selling at today. Beyond that, just there's a whole list of things. I mean, C7 Z06 would be one of the next on the list. Just I do miss having a Corvette. It's like I literally like everything about the Porsche more, but like Corvettes are such fun cars. It's just like a raw beast, and it's got its own character. So for me, the C7 Z06 would be the next Corvette. Got to have the manual transmission.
Of course, yeah.
And that's also a phenomenal car for the value with all the performance you get. And there's a lot of other cars I'd like. I mean, beyond that, the more immediate, I want to get my first Lamborghini. Let's do it. The top of my list is a Gallardo Superleggera or a Superleggera Spider. It's not really called a Spider Performante, but like either of those would be for me the ideal first. I say either because both are extraordinarily rare, and it would really take finding the right car and right deal, especially with how picky I am about clean history. And
I know you've been talking about both of those cars for almost the entire time I've known you, at least for quite a while I can think of. So yeah, I know those have been on your list for a while.
If I found the right one, I really feel it would be a permanent addition to the garage. I don't think I would ever sell it, even though there's quite a few Lamborghinis I would want to add to the stable over the course of time. I really like those.
Yep.
And then, that's kind of like by my goal by 2030, I want to have like a really nice collection. How many cars? Probably 10 plus. Like that's my vision.
Yep.
I want to have room for more, but I can tell you that's kind of like what's on the horizon. I hope and am very working hard very hard that by 2030 I want to have a collection. I want to have 3 generation of ZR1s.
Oh, see,
I'll start with the Corvettes. I want a C6 ZR1, C7 ZR1, and a C8 ZR1 by 2030.
What about
all blue?
What about the C8 Zora?
I know it hasn't been
I
know. I gotta I gotta know it exists to have it on the target. Yeah. But But for now, the ZR1 that's incredible. But I want all 3 blues. They all come in such a phenomenal looking blue. I want a set of the blue ZR1s. And then the other big cars in the collection that I would want by that point, I want a McLaren 765 LT. That would be I feel like that would be a permanent addition to the collection. Such an incredible car, best performing McLaren for the money. I mean, I don't know if you can really say that actually, but McLarens are all phenomenal cars. I would want a Ferrari. I've always wanted a Challenge Stradale. I feel like if I got one of those, it would probably be a permanent addition to the collection, because the first like street legal race car variant, and they kind of set the trajectory for the other manufacturers to do that in a bigger way. And then several Lamborghinis, that would be the goal. My favorite is the Murcielago, specifically LP640. A Super Veloce would be that would be something else. But I feel like I would be good with the LP640 because we're talking about a very, very substantial, like SVs are $1 million plus car now.
Yep.
Murcielago, you can get a very nice one for, at least at this point in time, 300K range, more or less. But that would be a dream. That's one of my favorite cars ever made. And then what other Lamborghinis? Aventador SV, especially a roadster, that would be on the list. You know, and I like the original ones. It doesn't need to be an SVJ. I think the original ones just, I don't know what it is about Lamborghinis, but it seems like the earlier variants sound the best, whether it's the first generation Gallardo, you know, Aventador SV. Like, for whatever reason, the first generations like have the best sound, and you know, that's part of it. But Huracan STO, it seems like this is like the car that like everyone rolls up in a squad of them at car shows. I don't know how like so many people have them and they're so popular, but
we need to make friends with them and figure it out.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't care. I mean, I think that's such an incredible car. The ultimate 911 for me would be a 9912 GT 2RS. So basically this, except the next generation and a 2RS. That would be the ultimate 911 for me because I like the modern era stuff.
Yep.
At least until they make the new generation. Who knows what that's like. But and then maybe a couple dailies in there, you know, Turbo S Porsches.
Absolutely.
You know, I've heard the Urus is really sweet car.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say that's another one on my list is an Urus. I don't know why. I know I hated them when they first came out, but like since I've seen more in person, like it's one of those that just, you know, I've added it to my list as well.
Yeah. But that's in a nutshell. And then, you know, there might be another, you know, addition or two. Like I said, if I got the right Gallardo Superleggera, I don't think I would ever sell it, even, you know, with newer Huracans and stuff like that. I think like there's something special. Like, see, this is, I heard someone talking on a video I was watching the other day. It's like 911 Turbo S's, all the new stuff, like they're so fast that like there's an experience with the stuff that's, you know, like it's not as fast on the times and the, you know, spreadsheets, but there's an experience that comes with that. And I feel like cars like, you know, the Gallardo, like these older exotic cars, they have something that the newer cars don't have, in the sense that like you're just getting there fast, like almost to the point where you can't even feel and process it, and just think of how much trouble that can get you into. So, you know, it's not that that's good or bad, but like my point is these older cars do have a place. You know, it's not necessarily about the latest and greatest. There's something very special about the experience that you can't replicate as, you know, technology, lap times, 0 to 60 times advanced. So, you know, that's why for me there's a very special place with those more original classic exotics, or I don't know if classics, modern classics, you know. So I see those being a permanent fixture. But I saved the best for last. My ultimate goal, if you could say, hey Tyler, what would be your ultimate goal for 2030? I want to leave a deposit for a Pagani. That would be my ultimate goal. Whether I take delivery of it, I guess it depends if it's new or not. I don't think I necessarily am too particular about that, but I want to, you know, have the financial capability to pull the trigger on a Pagani in 2030. And maybe not my dream Pagani, as crazy as that might sound, but I want to put my foot in the door. My dream Pagani would be a Zonda, and that's at this point in time, that's a $5 to $10 million car. I would be happy if I could get like a Huayra, or just whatever the best option is to get in the door with Pagani. I want to be able to make that happen in 2030. So maybe a Huayra Roadster. That would be my ultimate car goal for 2030, as well as the collection.
That's awesome, man. Those are all incredible cars. Some of them I don't even know much about personally, just but I don't dive into that space as much as you do. I stick to more of what I know for now, at least. But yeah, those are, you know, both of our lists I think are incredible cars. It sounds like we just both need some massive garages in our future.
Yes.
So
we've got to get more real estate, and we gotta have space for the cars. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And I know, you know, with the drive and the abilities that we have, like we can make it happen. We just gotta, you know, put in the work now and wait for those results to come.
Yeah, let's make it happen. So there you have it. That was the long overdue car video. I hope that you found it entertaining at the very least. I know there's probably a few of y'all who could care less about our car goals. That's okay, but for those of you who love cars, I'm sure, you know, maybe you found it interesting. But let me know this, actually, if you watched this far, what's your car goal? And you can phrase that as like, hey, what's the next, you know, either what's the next car you know, that you're after to go acquire here in the not so distant future, or what's your dream car, or what's your dream car garage? However you want to answer that, leave me some feedback in the comment. I want to know what's on your mind, what's on your dream board, and if not, what's on the, you know, the horizon for you here. And that, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more car content in the future, and hopefully I'll make some more videos for y'all here before too long. And Brock, thank you again for joining me, brother.
Appreciate
it's great to see you. And your beautiful beast right there. And yeah, everyone, thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time.